It said delayed start on the back of the board, but of course it said watch the lights on the front of the board. The McKendry Fabrications 125 race gets underway. 4 laps then, and we're away. Steve Parrish, it's going to be hectic going down the coast road for the first time on these little 125s. The wind really does affect them. But number 2 straight away, Chris Palmer gets the whole shot straight into the lead. Oh, that's a disaster. David Lemon, the pole sitter, has gone backwards through the pack. Now, he was lucky not to get hit, of course, with all this lot going past him. So a disaster for David Lemon.
Yeah, well, this is the wind behind them, and about the only time on the circuit it is as they go into there. And there is the number 3 machine going in of Robinson on the inside. He gets the lead initially as they go down to York Corner. But David Lemon, whether that was a clutch problem or whether it's a little two-stroke, single-cylinder, two-stroke machines are oiled up, I don't know. But that was the only Aprilia in the race.
Well, he's just made it through York Corner, stone last on the number 8 bike again. Right, as we look at the 125s coming up towards Mill Road, it is the number 2 machine of Chris Palmer, living on the Isle of Man. Chris Palmer, but he's already under attack from 3. That's Paul Robinson, of course, and 5, Mark Lunny. Mark Lunny moves back into second place now at Mill Road.
They all go through and listen to them screaming. These bikes have to slip the clutch a great deal. They're very high first gear on them as way they go down towards Station Corner. And the crosswind is getting them at this point.
Big slipstream already, though. That is one slow motorcycle. I'm talking about the number 5 biker, Mark Lunny. He's gone from 2nd back to 4th just in that run, but coming through already, 11. William Dunlop. Watch out for William Dunlop from Ballymoney. Looking really good. He's already had one win this week. We could say it was gifted to him a little bit by his brother being taken out by Christian Elkin earlier on in the 250 race, but William Dunlop, wow, that motorcycle is so quick. The 11 of William Dunlop flies into the lead. So good preparation. 125s is all about preparation and slipstreaming.
Yeah, and slipstream, of course, and more importantly, gearing with these little bikes. If you just get them right in the right rev range, that's so important. And you can see that Williams' bike is the faster because it's unable to be slipstreamed.
Indeed, the number 2 machine there of Chris Palmer not able to get out of William Dunlop's slipstream. He can drop in it, pull alongside, but then Dunlop's bike is a bit quicker. The setup of these bikes is critical. Nice of you to spend some time on the gearing, because gearing-wise, they could be under-geared, of course, if the wind has changed, and that's almost as much of a problem as being over-geared. The number 8 biker, David Lemon, has obviously sparked up. That was your pole sitter, who was stone last at York.
Yeah, I can only think it just oiled a plug or something like that. Like I say, the only Aprilia in the race it is, as they go through there. So there is the number 11 bike of William Dunlop, the PJ Flynn Honda, as it goes through there. Nicely done. Some of these guys got to change the gearing even after the warm-up lap, just checking what the wind is doing.
The run down towards Mathers Cross, and this must, every time as they cross this piece of ground, be in their mind. Remember those tragic circumstances of last year in qualifying when the father of William Dunlop was taken from us at Mathers Cross. And I would imagine every time these young men, both Michael and William, 24 and 21 years of age, as they get to this point on the racetrack, it surely must go through their mind. William Dunlop then it is at the moment, leading this race through Mathers, down now towards the Macroboy chicane.
There he is, look at them, just buried underneath. You try to get your arms in, your bum up in the air, your head under the screen. Any little thing that sticks out protrusion-wise, it slows the bike down. And Chris Palmer, number 2 there, late on the brakes.
William Dunlop was the man that pulled away on the brakes, really looking very good. Chris Palmer just getting that front wheel in a bit of a rut by the edge of the track. Of course, again, with a road circuit, it doesn't do sometimes to be too far wide out on the rough parts of the track where the drainage is and the camber gets a little steeper sometimes.
Yeah, unlike a normal racetrack, you get a crown on the road, so once you drop over the side of it, there tends to be a bit of a negative camber there. Of course, Chris Palmer, 3 TT wins to his name, but never a Northwest.
Oh, I'll tell you what, William pitched that in a little early there. I wonder whether the wind caught him a little bit and tipped him in a little early towards the curb. No problem, though, up towards Church. The sun's shining out on this side of the track. It's a bit dull everywhere else.
These are probably the best conditions we've seen so far for that race. They'll be hoping to get it completed.
Up towards the coast road, up over Black Hill. I always think this part of the track, it's exciting. You're pulling from one side of the racetrack to the other side of the racetrack. Feels like a proper little short circuit scratch when you get out here. Looking back down the track then, David Lemon has done a brilliant job on that opening lap. He's through now. The number 8 machine has come right up through the pack. That is a superb opening lap for him.
As I said, the only Aprilia in the race, and I would have said, once we get it going, it's probably the fastest bike out there, but he's got a bit of work to make up. 44-year-old rider on the Aprilia, but here we are, number 11 bike of William Dunlop, looking good, looking smooth. That advice that his brother Michael gave him at the beginning is working.
Well, they've both look very competitive this week at the Northwest 200. And of course, the local track, they live 10 miles down the road, so at the end of the day, this is going to be the one that they want to do the business on, and particularly with the family name, the Dunlop name, synonymous with roads, but particularly here at the Northwest as well. Father Robert has won more races than anybody else here.
Well, when you think about Robert's won 15, Joey's won 13, Michael's won 1, William, they're up to 30 wins, the Dunlop family. Quite extraordinary.
William winning that 250 race earlier today. And looking good here in the 125. Looking over his shoulder for a bit of a long time there. Chris Palmer, I don't know what he was up to. David Lemon then in third place.
Ollie Linsdale,
yeah, indeed, he's local to you in the Athletic Motorcycles.
Absolutely, Ollie Linsdale's had 2 wins here before in the 400cc class. He's only a little lad, he should go well on that machine. I'm sure that'll be fast. Prepped probably by his father, Steve Linsdale, a very formidable racer of our time.
Yeah, indeed, especially around the roads as well. Athletic Motorcycles, that's his business, so you can expect him to get that motorcycle about right. Meanwhile, we look down on this, is a great camera, I love the helicopter shots this year, the best I've ever seen them for the Northwest 200. Absolutely superb, great shots, and gives you a real impression this year of just what these guys are getting up to down on planet level.
This is an onboard camera on the ground though. The helicopter wasn't that low, Keith, you know that. No, but seriously, the guys in the helicopter, they're some of the heroes as well, because in these winds I can tell you it'd be very, very hard work keeping that machine up and steady, and they've been up for a long, long time today.
Well, I feel sorry for the bloke hanging outside.
Yeah, it's always a tricky one, isn't it, with that camera there. Anyway, back down towards Station Corner again. Very easy flat out on these machines. They're still building up as they're punching into there. Look at that windsock there. That's about 25 knot wind you've got. That's 30-mile-an-hour headwind.
I spot the pilot here in the commentary box. Still coming through. The number 4 machine, Ollie Linsdale, looking pretty keen. And, David Lemon's got another problem. The 8 bike is going backwards again.
Yeah, that's broken down. That's a non-finisher, I think, for David Lemon.
I saw some kind of, it looked like, I know I'm going to sound stupid saying this because it's a 2-stroke, but it looked like it was smoking a little heavily, as if there was maybe a seal gone or something that's burning in the combustion chamber, and we're just getting a little bit more smoke from it. Earlier on, I thought I spotted that.
Maybe it's just overjetted or something like that. That's the other difficult thing. We talk about gearing and setup, but these 2-stroke machines, all about just getting that jetting absolutely critical. If the temperature goes up or down 2 or 3 or 4 degrees, it can mean the difference between running too rich, smoking like you saw there, Keith, or just seizing up.
Mark Lunny, well, he's got a slow motorcycle today. He's looking pretty fast, but Mark Lunny not particularly. Here comes the 8 bike. So David Lemon, your pole sitter, is not going to win, and that is going to be a real disaster. And he's tried so hard for so long. Looking back at York Hairpin, and someone a bit hot, and he kept his brakes on a little too long there. It's Raymond Hodges, another Ballymoney man. So Ballymoney man leads, Ballymoney man crashes.